Welcome back to Herb the Nerd, and today a review of Little Nightmares 2. A platform puzzle horror adventure game, self-described, by Tarsier Studios. It was brought out on the 11th of February across all platforms, and is the sequel to the 2017 Little Nightmares game. I actually haven't played, but after playing this game, I think I'll be going back and playing. So you follow the story of Mono, who is the main protagonist in this game, and are joined by Six, who was the protagonist from Little Nightmares, as an AI co-op member. And the game is incredibly fun to play. It's like I say, quite a simple platform puzzle game with horror elements, but the art style and the sound, the music, the ambience of the sound is just amazing. This is a turn the lights off, turn the sound up, sit down and enjoy this game. It is short. I will say it now, it is short, and for the price, a lot of people will turn a lot of people off. I think it's about 4 to 6 hours, depending on your playstyle and whether you get caught on a couple of the puzzles. I did, but an amazingly fun game. It's one that I did not want to put down and actually just completed in one sitting on stream. So, shall we get in and look a little more into Little Nightmares 2? Woohoo! So let's start with that gameplay. It is a platform puzzle, a puzzle platformer horror game. So you follow the story, a very linear story, a kind of left to right scrolling, following Mono, who is you start the game in the forest. And you just thrown straight in. There's a slight tutorial, but you kind of just straight into the first game and the first boss. But we won't give away too many spoilers, because obviously I want you guys to go and play the game. But the game style, is simple platform puzzles. I think follows a lot of the first Little Nightmares. If you played the first one, you'll be incredibly used to the style of puzzle. But for me coming in, it was quite a simple one to pick up. But they were different enough. So there's a lot of moving obstacles, pushing boxes, a lot of the co-op work, the AI co-op work you do are to move heavier objects. And there's some combat in as well. As Mono, you can wield some heavier items. As a very small child in a large adult's world, you pick up a lot of small axes, pipes, to either smash through parts of the scenery to get on to the next stages, or in fact to kill things, to hit things to death. It's a little bit sinister, some of it. We'll get onto that, especially the China dolls when you're smashing their heads. Very very disturbing. But the gameplay itself is different enough. Each section kind of brings in its own style of puzzle. My particular favorite was one involving the flashlight. And we'll show some of the gameplay of that now. But yes, where flashlights stop some of the kind of enemies coming towards you. That was very frustrating at some points, but incredibly different. So the game rolls on. Every time you pass through to the next stage, you know you're looking forward to a different style of puzzle, which keeps the game fresh and it keeps you wanting to move forward. Another thing I really enjoyed is that you come to miss your co-op partner, someone Six you kind of join up with early on in the game, and then for bits of the game disappears, and it makes you, I remember just the feeling of wanting to search for Six and get Six back, which is very strange from a co-op game, especially one that follows on from a game that I hadn't played before. So I had no emotional attachment to this character, yet felt like I really wanted to go and get her back, which was great. It really kept me hooked in. If you have played the first game, there will be a lot more of the moments that you'll catch onto. I was lucky enough playing through it on Twitch, which I am live on most days of the week, twitch.tv/HerbTheNerd. That chat will kind of be walking me through the early parts of the game, or bits that I'd missed that would have been more relevant to me. But the gameplay itself I enjoyed a lot. I did not want to put the game down, so for me it's a very high rating based on the gameplay. If we move on to art, the kind of artwork and sound, that I think this is the thing that makes the game. This is where the money is worth. It's almost like playing a movie game. It just sucks you in completely. I would recommend, if you can, headphone users. I mean, you really get the most of the ambience. But yeah, it is, as I said, a lights off, turn the sound up, get dark, get sucked into this game, because it is a beautifully set game. Just lots and lots of little details around the place. And I think there's lots of little throwbacks as well to the original game, within there, but just within certain sections, almost there's lots of pass-throughs in the game where you're moving between the end of one section to the next stage, the next set of puzzles, and the detail within just those pass-throughs. So all you're really doing is just walking and jumping through a window or going through a door, or squeezing through a gap. But the detail within all of it is just beautiful. You can just sit and enjoy parts of it. So the areas where the game is a little quieter, it does peak and flow. It definitely gets the heart rate going. Are just beautiful all round, and just help follow you through the story, and really get you bought into what is going on within the game, which is just so much fun. It's just a really enjoyable experience. It was such a great play to pick up, and for me, playing it through the first time, I just absolutely was besotted with the game and did not want to put it down at all. So if I was to round up the game and an honest, should you play this game, the answer would 100% be yes. Go and get it. It is, I think it's retailing on Steam for £24.99. That's in pounds, GBP pounds. So £25 for a game that is going to last you 4 to 6 hours. If you're very good and you've played Little Nightmares, it'll be on the 4-hour side. But it is a very impressive game. I think that's the only thing holding it down is just the length of game. But up front, if you know what you're going into, I could not recommend it more. Lovely little evening, sit down, go and play through. I think even one that would be interesting to follow along if you were playing it. It is a solo game, there is no co-op in there, but as I said, we played it through on Twitch, and just enjoying the story through was just so much fun. Just so much fun for a Friday evening. So I would 100% recommend you go and get it. The puzzles are interesting enough. There's enough variation in them. I think there are some difficult bits in there. There are definitely some jump scares in there. I definitely pooped myself a little bit on some of the sections. The bosses are kind of gruesome in some sections. So yeah, it didn't feel repetitive at times, which is good. Some of these puzzles, some of these adventure puzzle games can feel real repetitive. But the puzzles are different enough. The gameplay is great. The art and sound work is great. It just will only last you, if anything, for 4 hours. It's not enough. And if you haven't played the first one, like I haven't, we should go back and play the first one maybe, although that's still retailing for £16 on Steam, so I mean that's not even cheap now. But yes, 100% go out and play Little Nightmares. If you want to try and see a little bit more, then please do go and check out the full gameplay that we have on the channel as well. We played it through live on Twitch, you can catch us live there, but also it's been cut up into sections to watch on YouTube if you want to see the game in action a little more before making your decision. And I thank you very much. If you have enjoyed, please do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We'll be bringing a few more playthroughs and reviews on the channel going forward, so your support would be very much well received. And I look to see you again in another video or live stream. Have a great day. Bye bye.